Hey guys, tonight we are going to finally start working on this rocker panel. So I got the new parts for the cross beams and the top hats, as well as the middle, outer, and the skin of the rocker panel. I need to open this box now. What is up with the spiders? Hopefully you can't hear the heat running too bad. It's incredibly cold out here tonight. It's supposed to be cold for the next couple days, so I needed to take the chill off a little bit. So, all right, let's cut some metal. All right, so I need to go to the inside. That wasn't even attached. Completely rusted out. Look at that. Yes, I'm really glad I decided to do this. I mean, this was only holding on by this little bit here. It is just really rusted out. Which, I think the end of that is still pretty solid. It's just got all the crap from the piece that was welded onto it. That underside there is just nothing. I was hoping that was gonna break free, but yeah, there we go. Yeah, I mean, wow, look how bad my welds were. All them wires sticking through the back. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm very glad that I decided to completely redo this. I think these rails here are okay on this side. It's just the top hat there that I need to cut off, probably about right there. That was pretty solid on there, so that's good. So yeah, I think I can clean these up fairly decent. Yep, so sweet. I need to go on the inside, cut the last piece of the floor there to get that out, and then I need to look at this jack location. I don't know how that's going to connect. Looks like it just butts up to the bottom. Oh, that's dented too. I'd like to know what they hit with this. That's crazy. But luckily, when I remove this, I should be able to get in there and flatten that back out. But that whole piece there is gone as well. So I'm sure I'll probably be focusing a lot of attention in this area once I start cutting that outrigger off of there. I think these are pretty prone in that area to rusting out. Probably from crud and junk splashing up from the wheel there. So I need to cut across there so I can get that last bit of the inner panel out, but I don't know how I want to deal with this. That back there, that's the B pillar, I believe, or this is the B pillar, I don't know, one of the pillars. So I don't know if that's the same. Yeah, it looks like you've got this inner part here, which is the inner structure of the bus. So that mounts to that inner structure. So I need to remove the jack outrigger there. I'll probably just cut this whole piece off. And then I can clean up the back of this. I've got to figure out how, I don't know. So when I did this repair, I just left the metal that was right here there and kind of welded to it and ground it flat. So I don't know how this panel was supposed to connect to this panel. I don't know if they just butt up to each other and make that little channel, which kind of looks that way. So I might just slice it right here for now, not worry about this for the moment. I can clean it up at a later time. I want to get all of this out of the way, and then I can go look at a repair video or something that somebody did to see how that should go. Yep. I'm really surprised that's as solid as it is. Yeah, that's just trashed. Look at that. Crazy. Yep, so let me go get another stack of cutting discs and then I'll get to cutting. Well, that's putting up a fight. I can't get the grinder in there good enough. I did a slice all the way right there, so I may be able to go from the inside and finish that off. Have to hit that from the inside too. I didn't want to go too far over this way, just because I didn't want to cut into anything that I couldn't see. I knew that this was, for the most part, empty. Even that, if I had hit it, it would have been okay. I think that needs to be replaced. Anyways, or at least the floor will connect to that, so it would have filled in. Yeah, all that beautiful welding that I did there. Yeah, so at least I know that that patch that I did there was pretty solid, because it is not wanting to come out. Just sucks because I spent all that time on doing it, and now I'm just completely cutting it out. So don't be like me, kids. Do your homework and do it right the first time. So like even that there's a hole. Yeah, that was a horrible job. I guess I had that mentality of just throw it together, but definitely don't want that now. So I guess next step will be go into the inside, hit all the parts that I couldn't get from the outside, and then probably cut this. I think for this top hat here, I'm going to start about right here. That's about where the holes stop. There's one there, and when you get to about right here, it's pretty solid. So I'll cut the top hat there. I've got the replacement piece that I'll run to there, and then I have this whole outrigger, so that will go away. I don't know the best way to cut that out. I guess what I will do for right now is, if I can squeeze in here, I might cut it here and run across there just to get this out of the way, and then I'll come from the inside up here and square that off. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good game plan. cut that hole. Alright, so this is killing me. I will bring you back when I am done. Alright, so I got most of that outside piece off. I got the little bit of the outrigger off. It was too much moving the camera around just to get that. So now I'm going to slice this off here. I kind of used a speed square to just give me somewhat of a straight line. Then I'll probably cut it here and slowly chip away at taking this off so I don't mess up that B-pillar. And then I'll have to do the same over here. I'm not sure if you can see where I'm pointing at, but right in front of the wheel well, there's a little bit on the outside. I just can't get the grinder in there. I need to get one of those little, they look like tiny sawzalls basically, just so I can cut through stuff like that. But I don't have one now, so I've got to work around it. So let me cut this off. Well, as you can see, that was so completely rusted it just fell off. Yeah, there wasn't much holding that on. So I am very glad that I decided to go through and replace all of this like it should be. I guess the next thing I will do, yeah, that makes the whole wall move. I'll probably come in from this side here and try to just slowly chip away at this top piece. That's pretty solid too. Yeah, I think that's going to be the easiest way to go about that. Little bit left up there to cut out. I've got to be careful because the top hat connects to that the inner rocker, the piece that's on the inside of the bus, kind of. I've got to be careful on that because that connects, but I've also got to be able to get in there to pull the dent out right there. This whole top hat is pretty trashed. Just about all the way across. I don't know what I'm going to do about that, mainly because those rods go through it. I don't know how easy or how hard it is to take those out. I'm not sure yet. That I'll have to think on at a later time, but for now, let me finish cutting the rest of this metal out. While I'm doing that, I'm going to put you on charge. I've been recording for not very long now, and the battery's already at 51%. I'll put you on charge, I'll knock this a little bit out, and then I'll bring you back when it's a little more interesting. And then I'll kind of show how, give an idea of how all the pieces connect together. I definitely will not be doing any metal repair tonight. I won't be putting any new metal in, mainly because all of these pieces are going to need some serious treatment before I even attempt to weld any new metal in. I think that's a factory hole there, actually. Looks pretty round. Yeah, I believe so. So I've got to knock some of these high spot welds down, square this up just a little bit, and then I really need to figure out, I think I'm gonna do the big sandblaster on these rails. I started setting it up the other night. Here, let me take you and show you. So this is the sandblaster I was talking about. It's the 110-pound Harbor Freight sandblaster. Nothing special. There's a couple mods that you can do to it that I think I am going to do before I attempt to use it, just to make the process a little bit better. But I think that will be the best thing for this floor. It's got tons of the undercoating. I don't think I'll be able to get in there good enough with a wire brush, so I believe that's going to be my course of action for that. Oh, just recorded a whole segment and realized that the camera was on time lapse, so you have absolutely no idea of anything that I was saying. But I got the last bit of the outrigger off there, cleaned the underside. That's all nice and shiny now. Realized that there is a blowout in the frame rail there. I do not have any of that thickness metal, so it is perfectly in the middle of the outrigger. So I will probably just put a little patch over top of it, come in from the backside and rust treat it and all of that. You can get to the other side. It's just a H channel, or rather half a box up until about this point, but I can still access it a little bit. If you can see, there's light back there from the other damage. Cleaned up the ends of these. Still need to hit that one, cut out all of the outrigger, the remainder of the floor there, and then this B pillar, C pillar, whatever you want to call it. I don't know which letter it is. I'm not going to touch this yet because I don't know how it's supposed to look. I don't know if it's supposed to connect here to here or what's going on there, so I'm not going to mess with it yet. I still need to finish cutting this out, but for now I can get to the spot that I need. I'm going to cut this out here. I'll pop this off real quick and grind this back. This section here, I previously repaired some of it. I didn't do all of it because I can get to it from there. So I don't know what I'm going to do on that yet. That will be at a later time when I end up doing this whole quarter panel. This is a 71 bus. These arches, flares, whatever you want to call them, I believe they're 1 year only. I don't think the ones that I bought are even the correct ones. They look similar to these, but I think the 71 is a little bit different than the later models, which I think the ones that I bought are the later models. It's not a biggie. I've got to do both sides, so they'll both look the same. So even if they're not correct, it's whatever. The outrigger here, I've got to say these Just Camper pieces are freaking amazing. The thickness of the metal, the build quality, they're really good pieces. If I could get everything in Just Campers, I would. There's no way I'd be able to afford it. They're quite a bit more expensive, but they are worth every penny. The clocker home piece of this, from the pictures that I saw online, they are complete and utter garbage compared to this, as with most clocker home pieces, but they are some of the only ones for some of the parts that you can get. So I am very happy with this, at least this outrigger. I haven't really tested any of the other Just Camper pieces that I have, but as far as the fitment on this, it seems pretty spot on. So I'm pretty happy with that. I am going to knock this a little bit out, and then I'm going to call it a night. I'll come back out tomorrow. I'm not quite sure. I don't really have a game plan for tomorrow. If I can find clear pictures of the pillar here, then I will attempt to clean that up, repair it, and get it ready for welding in the new top hat and outrigger. And then I will have to do the front. So yeah, it's going pretty good for the moment. I haven't really run into any snags other than the blowout in the frame. But I'm gonna knock this out. I'm not gonna record it just because there's been plenty of grinding and cutting in my prior videos. I'm gonna try to cut out a bunch of the grinding and just show the important parts, just to cut down on the video time. I've noticed that in my analytics that the click-through rate is pretty significant on the spots where it's grinding, which I understand. It's not very interesting to see. So I'll try to cut out as much of that as I can. I'll still leave a little bit just because, but yeah, I will go ahead and knock this out, and then I will see y'all tomorrow. Alright, so one more quick update before I call it a night. I got the last piece here cut off. There is a bit missing here, just a tab like those. That's easy enough to fix as long as this metal is solid enough, which that's questionable. I'm not sure. We'll see on that. Got this little bit down here. This is the other damage I was talking about. It is pretty rough. It's not even, that's not much metal left there. I'm not sure how, I'm guessing it comes down here. You can't even see what I'm talking about. So this piece here, it's the inside of the wheel well. I'm guessing it comes down and attaches here. So I don't know if I can replicate that in a piece of metal. I think they sell those patch panels. I'll have to look. If it's just a flat piece of metal with a curve on it, I can definitely do that. I can grind it into shape if I need. Hopefully the light isn't too much. So that may need to be repaired before I do any of the other, mainly because I think the two inner rocker pieces might mount to that. So there may be more pieces that I need to get, or at least do this before I can do any of the other, which is really how all of this is going. It's one big puzzle that you're missing one piece and you can't finish it. So yeah, let me do some research tonight. I'll do some research tomorrow and then figure out what to do about this and that. If anything, I can still work tomorrow. I can cut the rest of that out, get all of that ready, and bend that top hat back into shape. So this episode may not have any repair in it yet. Probably just more cutting like it has been. We're getting close. It's just more damage keeps popping up as I dig in, which kind of throws a kink into things. So I will see y'all tomorrow. It will be a couple seconds for you, but it's going to be a full day for me. Alright, so it is now 2 days later. I didn't come back out the next night to finish up. Got the wheel off tonight. This is the first time I'm seeing any of this with the wheel off, so these look pretty toasty. I don't know if that'll clean up. Most likely I'll just get new. I don't know. I guess if they can clean up, then I'm good with that, but they may be pretty pitted. As for this, it looks about like I expected. Pretty crunchy. Hopefully that light looks like it might be messing with the camera a little bit, but yeah, this is bad. Kind of expected. Luckily it looks like it doesn't go into the bulge part there. It's just below, so it makes it a little bit easier on me. From here down is being replaced anyway, so that's not a big deal. It's mainly making sure all of this is okay. Actually behind, let me grab something to poke around with. So all that seems okay. Pretty much. Are you looking at what I'm looking at? Pay attention. It's basically above that line. Everything looks okay. That just seems like surface rust there. The seat belt mount, I don't know what's up with that. It seems like it's a common area for damage. The other side is completely gone. I don't know if it was cut out intentionally or if it broke or what. That seems, yeah, this is seam sealer. So yeah, basically from there down, that top hat back there is trashed. I was thinking that I could possibly repair that, but it seems like that's going to have to be a total replace, which sucks. That might be a bit of a challenge to repair that. Okay, that frame rail's good, so yeah, it looks like the main damage is this little area here. Seam sealer there. Okay, yeah, you can see it a little bit better. So basically, I need to try to pop, which the spot welds even broke from the damage there. I need to cut that whole section away. Then I will be able to assess a little bit better. This panel here, I believe, is that the bar there. I just bought it just as a piece to cut. So, can you read that? Cross rail front center section. Okay, so no, that's not that one. But I might be able to make this work. It's clocker home, so that sucks. But huh. Well, I know that's going to have to be probably fixed, most likely replaced. So I'm not going to worry about that for now. I'm going to start cutting this jack location, what's left of it, get that out of there. Luckily, this B-pillar. Thanks, Joe, for giving me the right letters of where they go. This B-pillar seems okay, so that's very good. Minimal rust. Yeah. So that's good. Don't think I need any repair there. Just clean up. Yep, so I'm gonna try not to cut this out yet. I'm just mainly gonna work on this jack location for now. Get that cut out, then I will assess the, whatever you want to call that, bar, what's left of it anyway. So let's get to cutting. I now see why people take the guard off these. Found some treasure. What do we got here? Hair cuttery. Well, that's random. Must have been on the inside and fallen through the beam there and ended up in the jack location. That's funny. So I'm going to knock this a little bit out. It's not a very good spot for you to be able to see, or at least there is no very good spot for you to be able to see. So I'll knock this out, at least get the majority of it out of the way. I may even just clean the rest of it up. This entire video is going to be nothing but cutting and grinding, so I may just knock that little bit out. Although there's going to be no metal repair in this video yet, mainly because I've got to make panels for this and most likely order that beam that goes across here, the top hat. Yep, so I'll knock this out, bring y'all back when I am done, and we'll go from there. Well, I've got the jack location out. I straightened this out a little bit more. It has to be replaced, but I would like to have kind of the general shape of how it should go. That way when I go to put a new piece in, I know how it should look. So the way that this is going, every time I go to fix something and I buy the part that I need, I end up finding a piece of the puzzle that I don't have. And then I have to buy another part. So I buy that, and then it comes in, and then I'm like, oh, well, I have everything that I need to start this repair. And then I clean up another area, and then I need another part that I have to do before I can do the other two parts. So I cannot do the rocker yet, because I need to replace this entire beam. I could patch it here and there. As you get over to the passenger side, way over there, you can't really see it. It's not as bad, but it is completely trashed on this side. The metal is so incredibly thin. The light is blinding you. The metal is just incredibly thin. There's not much. I mean, there it's not bad, but as you get out here, it's really thin. It's not worth it to try to fix it and keep it. And if water ends up getting to it somehow, there's not much metal there left to rust out, so it would rust out way faster. So I'm going to replace it, at least, I think. If I don't do the whole thing, I'll do part of it. I think there is a repair section where it comes as 2 halves because of the pipe that runs down it for the shift rod. I believe that's what that is. Yeah, the shift rod tube. I think it comes in 2 sections that go around that tube to make it easier to repair it, basically. So I think I might see if I can find this section. I believe they make that part. I don't think I'm dreaming it. I swear that I saw it somewhere. If they don't, I'll buy the whole thing and just cut it down the middle. I'm not sure how I'll do the repair at this little pipe. I mean, I may even slice it there too. It'll be a lot of welding, but I think it'll be a whole lot easier for me. So this whole thing needs to go. I mean, it flexes really easy, so it's not worth keeping. Which means there's still no new metal going on the bus yet. I don't think I will have enough time to make a video for next week, mainly because I'm running out of stuff to work on until I can get more parts. Can't do the nose because I need the whole piece right here, so that's on hold. Can't do the floor until I get the inner part of this. I have the outers to fix, but there's no need in doing them until I get the inners. So it's kind of a waiting game until I find a giant sack of money somewhere, or I just have to slowly keep saving up to get the parts that I need. So there may be a couple week hiatus on making videos. Who knows, I might make one on the bug, or possibly I might even try to do a will it run on the 75 Westie outside. I found the gentleman that used to own it. He has the title for it, clear title in his name, and he asked me if I wanted it. So I believe I will be getting a title for it. So that would be a free bus with a title. That's pretty cool. So speaking to him, he said that he used to drive it all over. When he parked it, it was running, which everybody says that. So hard to know what the condition of the engine is. I did find new jugs that were in the, or rather not new jugs, I found the old jugs in the front seat, so I'm guessing at some point in time somebody replaced those. So yeah, I will try to get it to run. I haven't checked the oil. I know there's oil in it, so it might be nice to kind of get it running, get it warmed up, let all that sludge work itself loose again. I think it's been sitting for about 7 years or so since he last drove it. So I'll try to let it warm up and then do an oil change on it. So this bus will be on hold for a little while until I can get some parts together. So yeah, I think this is going to be all for this video. Not much of a video, mainly grinding, cutting, same old deal. Made a little progress as far as removing junk that needs to go. And we were very close to putting new metal on. But the way this bus is going, it's kind of the theme for this one. You get into it a little bit and it keeps popping up everywhere. So with that, I'm gonna call it here. It was pretty good progress. Any progress is good progress, I guess. So thanks to all the new subscribers. I think last time I looked we were at 167, I believe, somewhere around in there. Greatly appreciate it. Did not think at all that there would be even a couple people out there that would care about watching this, much less 167 of you. Still nothing compared to all the other bigger channels, but for me, hey, that's pretty cool. I think the last time I looked at the analytics, like 80% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you could hit that subscribe button, hit the bell. I try to release videos every week. Last week I was on vacation, so I did not have one on that one. But for the most part, I try to get something out every week. So I'll see y'all on the next one. Hopefully it will be working on this bus, but most likely it will be a will it run on the 75 Westie. I may even do the intro video for that. I've got it kind of packed full of stuff now from the bug and this bus, kind of using it as storage so I don't take up all of the room in the garage. So I will possibly do a intro video on that, and I believe I will definitely do a will it run. But yeah, I will see you on the next one.